Hey there guys, this time we're going to look at the warrior kill trap and how we use those for conservation or control against possums. The warrior kill trap, we'll look at the trap first. You can see it's quite a compact sort of a trap. So the tools you need is a hammer, two of these 8mm coach type screws, got two nails which I've already hammered into the ramp, we got a ratchet which with an 8mm socket on it, I got some bait blocks which I've been soaking in some cinnamon oil. The warrior trap comes with a safety bar, and then you got the warrior trap itself, the warrior kill trap. The warrior kill trap is a trap that was designed in New Zealand. When it first came out, it was nicknamed or called the Bulldog Trap because it works rather like a large bulldog clip that you use for holding paper together. You can see how the trap sort of works. You got your trigger bar which hangs up inside the trap. The trap's body itself is the spring. You got the jaws of the trap, you got the handle there which you use for setting the trap, and then you got your lever systems which hold the trap open and work when the trap's being set off. So first what I'm going to do is we'll put this stuff aside, and we're going to attach the ramp to the tree. The ramp I'm using is roughly, it should be 3.5 foot long. It should be roughly about 4 inches wide, and then an inch thick. Nothing too heavy, but you know, it's better to be treated. So what we're going to do, we're going to attach it there on a 45-degree angle. This is a little bit too short for for what we're doing. You can see I've been using this tree a bit for demonstrations for people as well, because I've been teaching a few how to use different pest control equipment. So what we're going to do, you can see the length of this these screws. What we're going to do is we're going to put the top one in first. You can see the length of the screws the same as the tops of these keyhole slots. So what we're going to do is we'll put the top one in first. Now, there's one thing, these traps are quite lethal. You do not want to be caught in one. If you're caught in one of those, it'll be like jumping onto a bicycle while the seat's been removed, just that the pain's in your hand. So you don't want to get caught in one of those. So you want to do this bolt up, not too rough, not all the way home. You know, just leave a little bit of a gap. Now this is, grab the second one. Now what I do is I just lean it like that. Then stand up, and that gives you the measurement of how far apart to put how far apart to put these two bolts to hold the trap to the tree. So it didn't even go in straight either. Oh. What I'm going to do is put you guys down for a second. While I do these up, makes it a bit quicker and easier. Okay, so when you're ready to hang your trap, you want your bottom one to be a bit further out than the top one. You can see the trap's got a hole in the top, so that's where you can straighten up. You can do up your bolt really tightly. So we're gonna attach it, slot it down into there, good, sweet, and do up the bolt. You can see, because I had the older version of the warrior trap set there before, you can see the older version doesn't have a keyhole slot. You can see the bolts are a bit further apart. So what's happened here is actually that bolt slid down into the old hole, and now they're a bit too far apart for this one. But we'll just let you guys note that for just for this demonstration. So we're gonna now set the trap. Okay, so the trap is now fitted to the tree, secure. We're gonna set the trap now. Or you might be a new person or a young person who doesn't quite have the strength, or you might be an elderly person That's where this hammer comes in handy. Much easier, in fact I'll show you how easy that is. So that's how you can use your hammer as a setting tool for your warrior kill trap. So we'll put our hammer back there, throwing our tools all over the place. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our ratchet and our hammer together. Now we're going to slide in the safety setting bar. Okay. Now you guys might be someone like I often trap in like public areas and that. So you might be like a Department of Conservation worker or a council worker who traps in public areas. Just a bit of a tip. It may pay to put another one of these bolts at the bottom of one of these key slots. And that's because if someone wants to steal your trap, all they need to do is kick it off there. You can see now I've just got it off. So all I have to do is lift up. Now I've just stolen this trap. See, so if you're trapping in public areas, it pays to just put a screw in there, so then they can't unhook your trap off the screws just because it's just held there by keyhole slots. So we're going to attach a trap back there, and we'll get back into setting it as well. Ah, you silly thing! Come on, get on! Oh, may help if I. Just bear with me for a second. You're a bit odd to try and attach when they're still set, or in the set position. So we're going to use the hammer technique again to set it. So we'll say that we've now put a third bolt in just so people can't kick your trap off and steal it. Trap set. We're going to check the calibration of your trap. Sometimes what happens is just after a few times of going off, your little cord inside will stretch a bit, and it just makes the trap a little bit hard to set off. So what we're going to do is we're just going to, it's important that you got your safety bar in the right position, which is in between this nut here and the jaw, and the same at the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our hand up and closest to the tree, because this jaw here will move a bit, this one here. And we're going to pull down on the trigger. Okay, that didn't take too much effort, so we can use that trap. We're going to get a trusty bait block. Right there. We're going to hook it onto our trigger mechanism. I'm doing this all one-handed because I'm holding the camera in the other hand, so it's about time I employ a cameraman. Sweet, now we set the trap. Trap is set, ready to go. So everything's all attached properly. Our trap's pretty clean. We don't want any of that stuff there. Slide the safety bar out, and now the trap is ready to go off. You don't want to put your hands anywhere near it. So we're going to have a look at this trap while it's set and attached to the tree. The warrior trap is an extremely humane trap. It's also an extremely effective trap. They also can come with a cover just to cover the sides of the trap, particularly because these can be used against feral cats as well. However, if you're going to use them against feral cats, obviously you got to watch out. It's not in areas where you're liable to catch pet ones. So we're going to have a look at this trap and just so you can see how it works. These traps do come with a bit of a downfall. So the disadvantage of them is the fact that you have to actually set them off once a month for about a week, and the reason being is just because it's such a short spring that the spring will actually lose its temper, and then your trap will weaken over time if you leave it set permanently. That's a big downfall. So it's always good to have them sort of in staggered. So you set half your traps, or every first one first, and then every second one about a week later, and that will stagger your traps, so then you don't have a big conservation area with a heap of traps in there they're set off. So that's the only downfall I can see with them. Also the trigger mechanism can play up a bit, but so if you want to get these traps, you get them from a place called Combined Industries, which is down in Auckland. So very good trap. I use them quite a lot, and I think I'll always use them. So yeah. Oh guys, well that's how you set the warrior trap for controlling possums. Okay then guys, we'll see you next time. Thanks, out.